Hi there! Today I'm going to take you through some winter wardrobe must-haves. I'll be showcasing some top pieces you need to build their winter wardrobe, including some tips and tricks when dressing little ones to keep them warm and cozy during those cooler months. So let's jump right in. To start off with, you will need singlets. Singlets are that first important way to dress your little one in all year round, but more importantly for the winter months, of course. Our traditional singlet is perfect for being able to access the nappy and have quick nighttime changes, but also great when they start toilet training. Then we have our bodysuit styles, which are great because you can access the nappy with the clasps at the nappy, but also helps to prevent riding up. And we do want to prevent that as much as possible during the winter months because we want to keep that kidney and torso area nice and warm. This is vital for a happy and healthy baby during the cooler months. And of course, looking for some styles with long arms if you are going out in very cold environments to add an extra layer. And then also, this is great, the envelope neckline, provide easy changing and dressing. Then moving on to long sleeve tops and bodysuits. These are of course must-have items for winter. Bodysuit styles are great because it does prevent that riding up and you can access the nappy really easily with the snaps of the crutch. We're also looking for other features that make that whole dressing and undressing process easier. So we're looking for ones that have buttons at the front or buttons at the shoulder there. These two styles are perfect because they do have those inclusions and they're great colourways. They're going to match back with lots of pieces in the wardrobe, so definitely must-haves there. Then when they come to start to need to dress themselves or toilet training, things that don't have a bodysuit are more ideal, but you are still looking for snaps at the shoulder or buttons at the front to provide easy dressing and pulling over the head. These two styles are great because they're made from a nice thick jersey fabric, so perfect to be including for winter. And then also great to be thinking about those special occasions, so having something like a long sleeve shirt is a great addition to their wardrobe. Then moving on to pants and leggings. So leggings of course are great because they're so comfortable and easy to wear. Looking for some that do have built-in feet to keep little toes toasty and warm. And then of course other styles like rib styles. Here is a nice thick rib style. We also have lots of other styles that are knitted, that have maybe a little bit of wool as well, which is a great idea for winter. And you can of course add your little booties over the top of built-in feet or ones that don't have feet at all. And then of course making sure we're adding thicker booties when we need to as well. Then for other pant options, if you're looking for a dressy option for winter, cord is a great idea because it's nice and thick and durable. And it is a beautiful fabric to be choosing for winter. This one does have full lining as well, which adds for extra warmth. It does have a drawstring and elasticated waist as well. This is a lovely special occasion piece or everyday piece to be including in the wardrobe. And then also thinking about some casual styles, this little track style here is great. This does have the brushed fleece on the inside for extra warmth, which is great. A great colour too, this indigo or like a denim colour. It's going to match back with lots of other pieces in the wardrobe, so a great inclusion. And of course we can't forget a tracksuit for winter for babies and toddlers because they're so comfortable for around the house or daycare, out and about. Slouchy bottom here in this gorgeous top that matches. Again, looking for those brushed fleece styles because it's going to keep little one feeling warm and cozy, so definitely including a tracksuit in their winter wardrobe. Now of course Growsuits are perfect all year round for babies, but particularly important for the winter months because it's a coverall. It's going to cover all the extremities and keep them nice and warm and cozy. Looking for styles with feet in is a good idea. This one here is a beautiful velour fabric, so nice and soft and warm for the winter time. This does have a dual zip as well for easy dressing and changing. Then we have our more traditional cotton Growsuits, which are great. This does have snap at the crutch for being able to access the nappy really easily, and envelope neckline as well. So this one is a great addition and you can layer over with other pieces with this one if this isn't warm enough. Then of course we've got things like our quilted Growsuit, which is great for those really cold days. And this one does have a hood, which is perfect as well to keep their little heads nice and warm. This does also have a dual zip, which is great. So you could just put a bodysuit under this, a long sleeve bodysuit for example. But if you'd like, you can add a Growsuit underneath. A thinner Growsuit, because then when you do arrive to your location, you can take off this thicker item and just have a thinner one on underneath. So this is a great idea too. These are perfect for doing baby carrying because you're not going to have to worry about things riding up between sort of the torso area there. So Growsuits are perfect when you're doing baby carrying. Then we've got of course overalls. You can't go past an overall for winter because again it does cover that torso area beautifully. So something like a cord, again, is a great fabrication. It's nice and warm and durable. This one again is fully lined. It does also have the snaps at the crotch. It has an extra button for more longevity of use on the shoulders there, and it has the buttons at the side for easy dressing and changing. Similarly, you might like to go for another style of overall. This one here is a knitted style. This one does have a little bit of wool, which is great as well. It does have the snaps at the crotch and the extra button. This is a bit more of a special occasion piece, and it's perfect to be including in their winter wardrobe to keep them nice and warm on those very chilly days. Or you could go for a quilted one. The quilted one is gorgeous, nice and warm again, really easy to wear, very comfortable, nice and soft. This does also have snaps at the crotch and the extra button there too. Now for girls, moving on to dresses. So a pinafore is a great idea for winter because you can layer up underneath with this. So either a denim style or a cord is a great idea. Again, nice durable heavy fabrications. And then we can look at adding some footless tights of some sort, or you can just have regular tights with feet. They come in a number of different colorways depending on the age and what you like. There's lots of different options. Of course, adding your booties and things, or hats or beanies are really important to be adding because these are all little pieces that keep them nice and warm. And of course, adding underneath like a long sleeve top, and of course over the top adding your other pieces like cardigans and jackets. Then for a more special occasion piece, you might like to think about getting a long sleeve knitted dress. This one here is beautiful. It does have a little bit of wool in it. Also has the buttons at the shoulder for easy dressing and changing. It does have a drawstring there to prevent that airflow and keep the area nice and warm and cozy. And of course, you can add your tights to that, or your knitted leggings, booties, and then of course adding a beanie where you need to as well. So moving on to some really important outer layer pieces. So things like cardigans and jumpers, definitely must-haves. So for babies, you're looking for ones that do right up to the neck for the first 0 to 6 months potentially, because you want to keep that chest nice and warm. These are a great layered piece, easy to add and remove. You don't have to pull anything over the head. Just a great piece to be including, and definitely thinking about having ones with a bit of wool in winter is a great idea too. Then as they grow, you can look for other styles like V-necks, ones that you can just leave open a bit if they're running around. It does get a bit hot. You can of course purchase the matching beanie to keep heads nice and warm. There's lots of different styles, and these ones do have a bit of wool, so they're beautiful inclusions for winter time. And then jumpers, again, jumpers are great because they do come all the way up, right around the neck to keep that chest nice and warm. Great if it's a really chilly day. You can of course look for styles again that have buttons at the shoulder. These both do have buttons at the shoulder, so ideal because they're going to be easy to take on and off as well. So looking for these styles that are going to be able to match back with multiple pieces and going to be able to keep that chest nice and warm is really important. Now moving on to vests. Vests are a great piece to be including for winter because it does provide that movability if they're going to be running around, climbing and jumping, because they're going to have their arms free and they've got more movability. A lot of them like to just be wearing a vest if it's not too cold as well. Just keeps that torso nice and warm. This puffer style here is great, is water repellent, and it's going to prevent that airflow coming through. You're looking for great colourways that do match back with lots of pieces again. So a denim is a great one to choose. This one does have a beautiful soft warm lining, this shearling lining, which is lovely. And there's also this one here that's fully reversible. So reversible styles are great to look for as well because of course they have multiple uses, or versatile. So great to be thinking about things like that too. Then we've got other jacket styles. We've got this beautiful anorak here. Anoraks are great because they are built in with extra length. This one does also have the elasticated waist at the back there to prevent the airflow coming up. We also have a hood, a nice warm lining, and this one is so beautifully warm for those days out at the park. Or you could choose a cord jacket. This one's super cute with little ears on the hood. Again, nice warm, thick lining on the inside, very durable. This is going to match back with plenty of piece in the wardrobe, so again, a great addition. Then moving on to wool coats, we've got some great items here. This one here is beautiful with the check, a great piece you could dress up a bit more too. This one has the beautiful shearling lining, again nice and warm and cozy, and the wool does add that extra warmth as well, which is lovely. And then you've got this coat here with a lovely hood, fur around it, which is beautiful. This one again can be dressed up, maybe put over the long sleeved knitted dress or something like that. Beautiful in those really cold days. It's fully lined, and this is a beautiful piece to be adding to their wardrobe. Now we do have some other jacket options. We've got this puffer jacket here with the great hood for keeping heads nice and warm again. Very water repellent, great for having on those really chilly days where it's a bit drizzly, and it's going to prevent that airflow as well, which is great. And then we also have quilted styles. So this one here is lovely with the hood again, double-breasted, nice and warm, really easy to move in, very comfortable and cozy, again for those really chilly days. There is also this great puffer style Growsuit. This one has a hood as well, has built-in feet, great to be putting on if you're going out. It's going to be drizzly and cold on a very chilly day in the pram or out and about, because it's going to keep all those extremities nice and warm and cozy. You can layer up underneath with this one too. When you're thinking about going out and about with your little one during winter, really important to layer, of course, and think about adding your accessories like booties, mittens if you need, hats and beanies, lots of different items to make sure they're keeping nice and warm and cozy. Then of course, when we're moving on to thinking about sleep time during winter, if you don't have heating in your house, it's really important to consider keeping them nice and warm and comfortable at night time. So if you are swaddling your baby, you might like to move into using a bunny rug, because this is nice and thick and it's going to provide that extra layer for your little one. Of course, be mindful of what you're dressing little one in underneath. And then thinking about if you need to, adding a blanket. So we have beautiful blankets here at Purebaby. These ones here have a bit of wool. So looking for styles that have a bit of wool during winter can be a great idea too. This one here is lovely. There are plenty of other styles to choose from. This one also comes in this beautiful wheat colour. These are also perfect to be taking out and about when you do go out in the pram, because they're not too big and cumbersome, so you can fit them comfortably in the pram space. Then if your baby's going into a sleeping bag, it's a replacement of any other bedding and great to have during winter, because often you put them in the cot, they'll be in one sort of up one end, and then when you go in the morning they'll be at the other end. So not having to worry about losing blankets and getting cold. Middle of the night is great, and hopefully they'll have a more sustained sleep. So we have a number of different styles to choose from. We've got our long sleeve style, we've got sleeveless styles, and we do have this multi-tog sleeveless style as well now. This one can be a multi-tog sleeping bag, so change to a number of different togs. Obviously you're going to choose the correct tog rating for the room temperature your baby is sleeping in. Sleeveless style or long sleeve is entirely up to you, and obviously just being mindful of what the baby's wearing underneath when you are dressing your baby. So if it's cold weather, you might have a singlet and a Growsuit or pyjamas, and then if it's a bit of a warmer night, you might just have a long sleeve bodysuit underneath. So the long sleeve option is a great idea too, particularly for baby, their arms get quite cold at night. Thinking about having long sleeves is a great idea, and of course, as this is a replacement of any other bedding, it just stops them from getting cold, and hopefully you'll have a more sustained sleep. And these do come in a number of different colours and designs as well, which is great to know. So enjoy pulling together all the pieces to create a beautiful winter wardrobe for your little one.